the day. My name is Deanna with Motionally Available, and let's do some Sleepytime Yoga. We're going to go ahead and start in child's pose. Take a moment, find your position. Knees can be nice and wide or maybe in towards each other, it's your choice. And just settle down into your space. Maybe bring the hands long, diamond, or even as a pillow. Our only goal today is to relax. So give yourself permission to just soften. Let go of that shell, work of the day. Just settle in. When you find your child's pose, I want you to take a nice long breath. Find a slow inhale. Find a slow exhale. No ujjayi here. Just breathe. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat. Maybe you can count it. Just count to yourselves. In. Nice and even. And out. Nice and even. Go ahead and pause there. Stay in child's pose. On your next inhale, I want you to draw some focus inward. As you exhale, I want you to soften into your present moment. Inhale all that is good. Exhaling and letting go of anything that's just not useful anymore. Long inhale. Long exhale. As you breathe there in child's pose, I want you to take a moment to draw attention to your throat chakra, Vishuddha. It's your filtering system, often relates to filtering what you say internally versus externally. And I want you to filter in a different way for a moment. I want you to take a moment to filter in all the things about rest that is good. As you exhale, I want you to filter out anything that is not restful. Giving yourself full permission to take in what you need, to let go of what you do not need. Gently walk the hands to the right diagonal. Keep both shoulders rooted down, especially the left one. Even if your arms are softened, see if you can just feel the stretch through the left side of the body. Gently come back center. Take a full breath here. And start to move to the left diagonal. Notice the stretch through the right side body. Soften the head. No matter what position your arms are in, really soften into this tip. Come back center once again for a full breath. We're going to take a twist, just like threading the needle, but really low. Extend the right arm if it's not already. Slide the left arm under the right armpit. Drop the left shoulder down, and then soften the head downward. If your knees are wide, you might be very low. If your knees are underneath you, you might be less low. No big deal either way, just adjust to what you need. Gently come back center for a full breath. When you're ready to switch to the other side, slide your right arm onto the left armpit. Lay on the right shoulder and release the head downward. Once again, feel free to adjust how low you'd like to go. Gently unwind. Find center for a full breath. Gently go ahead and move towards tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Maybe take a peek at the thighs, making sure they're indeed parallel to each other. We're going to come through our cat-cow, finding that long, slow breath again. On your inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward, tailbone up for cow. Exhale, pull the belly up into the spine. Drop the head and the pelvis, round it out for cat. Really slow with me. Inhale, cow. Move so steadily. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Feel free to keep going. Or just move a little more subtly in the body. Maybe rocking side to side or front and back. Any organic movement that feels good here. Keep it subtle. Really in small movements. Just notice the way your shoulders feel, the way your neck feels, the way your pelvis and hips even feel. Gently come back to center. Move your hands forward slightly so you can come down to a knees down plank. Our hips simply move between the shoulders and the knees. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Elbows point back, lower down, all the way. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. We're going to flow it back. And then inhale forward, knees down plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Shine the chest forward, shoulders down and back. Exhale, child's pose. We're going to take that one more time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Take a moment to pause. Come back to your intention. Come back to why you stepped onto your mat. Come back to that filtering in of what is restful and out what is not. Gently move back towards tabletop. Very gently bring the right foot behind you. Toe flexes and points down. And then go ahead and touch the right toes down. Sink back slightly so you can stretch the back of the calf on the right side. Gently lift the heel again, no higher up in the hip. And then place it back down, stretched out. One more time. Lift it up. And stretch it back. Gently lift it up one last time. This time we're going to move the right foot out to the side. You can float it out to the side or just drag the foot around. Right toes face forward. The same direction as our fingers. I'll face forward for this. Taking a moment to find what angle in the toes feels good. From here, go ahead and sit down and back. And then gently rock forward. You might notice some stretch or mobility through the inner right thigh and groin. Maybe close the eyes and just move into that. If it feels good to walk the hands around or change the position in any way, go for it. Gently move into your tabletop position with your hands and left knee. Slowly move your right foot in. Hold the thigh in towards the chest for a moment. Just build a little strength. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, thigh to chest. 2 more times. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. And exhale in. Gently bring yourself back to your neutral tabletop. Very gently, extend the left leg back behind you. Flex the heel, dial the toes down. Then bring the toes to the floor. Sink back slightly so you can stretch the left calf. Just pause here. It's okay to come out of alignment slightly if it feels good, as long as you feel safe. Come back into a position where you can lift the heel. Engage. And slowly bring the toes back down, stretch it back. Let's take that one more time. Gently lift the left foot. And slowly bring it down. Stretch it back. Gently start to lift the back foot once again. This time drawing the foot out to the side. Your left toes face in the same direction as your fingers. Hold there. Feel free to adjust where your foot is pointed to make this pose more suitable for the side. And then from this tabletop position, start to sink back, rock forward as much as if it feels good. You can walk the hands around. Your body is asking for that. And we're going to slowly start to bring the left thigh into the chest. Bring the leg underneath us. Go ahead and extend the left foot behind you. Inhale. Exhale. Draw it in onto the body. Take it long. Inhale. Exhale. Draw it in. One more time. Inhale out. Exhale in. Gently release back to your tabletop. Find your neutral position again. I want you to gently walk out to your puppy pose. Slowly walk those hands forward. And then start to sink the chest down. This is a great opportunity for a block under the chest. It's really important that we go ahead and keep the gaze downward. Maybe your forehead comes to the floor. Maybe your chin. I prefer forehead. Just soften the chest. Should be a right angle in our knees to help support this shape. Make sure that you find that adjustment. Then the arms can stretch long or more like a diamond. And hold here for 3 long breaths. Very gently, start to walk the hands in, bring them under the shoulders and lifting upward. Take the right foot behind you, deep inhale. Exhale, knee to chest, and then step the right foot through between the hands. Low lunge. Feel free to adjust your back leg as needed. Just stretch through this left hip flexor. Keep those hands low. Maybe to blocks would be a great idea. Stretch out. Gently begin to release the hands down to plant. Inhale, right foot back as best you can. Find that length first. And then exhale, tabletop. Left foot back, deep inhale. Let's switch to the other side. Exhale, knee into the chest. And then step through in your low lunge. Feel free to come out of the shape and back into it if you need to accommodate for that step through. Once you're here, just settle. If you notice any big imbalances right to left, that's okay. Just embrace them. Body is naturally asymmetrical. It's okay to find symmetry right to left in different ways. We'll get there. Just assess each side and treat it well. We're going to take that foot back behind us. Plant your hands. Send the foot back. Deep inhale. Exhale, tabletop. Down dog. Tuck your toes. It's one of the only downward dogs class. Just stretch up into it. Pedal out those feet. Swivel the hips. Whatever feels good. Don't be afraid to let it be a very mobile down dog. No reason to freeze or tense or clench. Shake out the head. Notice the way the low back feels, the hips, the spine, the shoulders. And just pause for a moment, taking 3 full breaths here. Equal weight in the hands and in the feet. Feel the back of the neck be nice and long. Heels are driving down, but they don't have to touch the floor. Tabletop. Gently release the knees down. We're going to come into a kneeling position, hips to heels. If it feels good to place some props between your heels and your seat, go for it. Gently interlace the fingers behind the back. Start to squeeze that fist as much as is comfortable. And also reach for opposite elbows. That's a better stretch for your shoulders. Wherever you are, see if you can gently draw the chest towards the ceiling. Maybe gazing upward ever so slightly. Not dropping the head behind you, just lifting the gaze. Feel free to stay here, or take a nice modified camel pose. Hands might move behind the toes, so just lift that chest a little bit more. Maybe being able to draw that chest through a little more. Pull your shoulders back a little more, only if it feels good and like a good tension release. Gently begin to soften the shoulders and then soften the hands back to the lap. Take a moment to drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, nose to the ceiling. Let's work through that neck. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, nose to ceiling. Exhale, chin to chest. This time hold. Feel how heavy your head can be, how long and straight your spine is, but how heavy that head is. Keep that heaviness, and so slowly begin to bring your right ear towards your right shoulder, so you're starting to move towards a tip. On your way there, you might notice that big ropey muscle in the back of your neck If it feels good to pause there, kind of halfway, go for it. Or switching all the way into that tip shape. With your hip, with your head tipping to the right, feel free to drop your left hand, or you can sit on the hand, just to remind that left shoulder to be really heavy. Gently start to roll back forward. Once again, feel free to pause, maybe a little halfway. Stretching any muscles in the back of the neck that feel good. Hands in the lap, take a full breath center. Slowly start to move left ear towards the left shoulder. Keep the head heavy. Notice any good stretches along the way and pause there. If it feels good to drop the right hand or even sit on it, you're more than welcome. Either way, feel the dropped feeling in that right shoulder. Slowly start to release back, center, and front. Dropping the head towards the chest. Notice any stretches along the way. Feel free to pause, no rush. And then gently go ahead and lift the gaze. Roll those shoulders back if it feels good. From here, feel free to stay in this position or come into another seated position for a spinal twist. Go ahead and move towards your cobblers. If you're going to come out of your kneeling position. From here, you can extend your right leg. Lift your left knee to point at the ceiling. Sit up really tall. From any position you're in, reach the right hand behind and the left hand across. We're going to open up first. If you're sitting like me, we are facing away from the thigh. That's okay. And then let's turn into this twist. Come back center. Start to move the left hand behind the back. So now we're twisting towards the thigh. If you're kneeling, you're simply doing a left spinal twist now. Gently release back center. Come through your cobblers, or just pause center for a full breath. Switching sides. If you're in cobblers with me, left foot forward, right knee points up, left hand behind. Twist away from the thigh first. Gently come center. Switch to face the thigh, right hand behind. Take your twist. Gently release. I want you to come into any pose that feels comfortable. Seated, laying, or just a gentle and final meditation, Shavasana. Take a moment to collect any props you might want. And find a comfortable position. However you found yourself positioned, I want you to close the eyes. Notice the space between your eyebrows. See if you can soften it. Notice the weight of your eyelids. Draw attention to the muscles in your cheeks and let them relax. Notice the muscles in the back of the neck. Give them permission to soften along with the shoulders. Notice the way the arms feel. Let them be completely soft. So even the muscles and tendons in your wrists and fingers relax. Notice the way your back, your posture muscles, your abdominals feel. Just let them soften a little bit, even if you're seated. Notice the weight of your pelvis. Allow your thighs and hip flexors to be completely softened. Your calves, the muscles around your ankles relaxed. Even the muscles in the feet, the arches and the toes relax. Softening into a space that you claim for yourself. Wholly yours. Things only filtered in to serve you. Everything filtered out. It's just not useful. Take a moment to acknowledge your strength, not in body, but in mind. No matter what happened on our mat tonight, notice even the littlest inch towards restfulness as an accomplishment. Notice big steps towards rest as accomplishments. Knowing that we have full control about what we let in, especially what we let go of. Keeping our filter working in the right direction for us, whatever that means on any particular day. Knowing that we have that power. You just need to find it sometimes. Gently bring your hands to heart center wherever you are. As you press your hands together or into your heart, I want you to feel the warmth of your palms. Imagine that warmth running into your chest, through your shoulders, arms and neck, hands and top of the head. Imagine that warmth running through the torso, over the belly, through the legs to the toes. Completely cocooned in your own self. Safe and calm. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this unwind practice, Sleepytime Yoga. I hope it was a nice end to your day. This is Deanna with Motionally Available. We'll see you again real soon. Good night.